Okay, cool stuff. Can you please help this that guy just smiley? He's connecting to audio. To connect to audio, just text him there. Okay, cool stuff. So thank you so much, guys, for coming through. This is the Wednesday live trading session, and my name is Ngubelo Mutshana, the CEO and founder of the International School of Traders. We're gonna go and look at a couple of trades that we want to look at together. Quickly gonna share my screen here so that you guys are gonna see to connect audio. Okay, cool stuff. So quickly, I'm gonna check on the news items on what's going on today. We are looking at a couple of news later this afternoon, but not really much of those news, except for crude oil inventories in the US. I believe that's the most important one, but except for that, we do have other, mild or less important or less volatile news in the market. We'll see what happens. I believe the market is going to move smoothly the way it's supposed to, since we do not have much of the most volatile news or most news that could affect our trades. Okay, cool. Now, the next thing is going to be moving to the trades that we are doing. I'm going to start off, I'm going to go to gold very shortly, but I'm going to start off with GBP/USD, right? GBP/USD is a trade that I've been talking about. And I think yesterday we were looking at taking a shot around these areas, and we were actually wrong, right? We were actually wrong. Looking at how the market has been performing, yes, the market has broken structure below, but there was an area, some sort of an area of resistance here, which market targeted and then started falling from there. So if you went for this area, you could have, taken some better trades here. Now, this is a 1 hour time frame. If you look at a bigger time frame, 4 hour time frame, you'll understand that we are not really wrong in terms of looking for sell positions, as the market is very bearish in this particular case, right? The market is very, very bearish in this particular case. So we are still looking for that. That's kind of a trade that will, put us into some sort of a rally towards the downside. But it is without a doubt that on a bigger time frame, probably on a daily time frame, there's some areas that you can look at above us to say, hey, these areas look as if areas or areas that are inefficient. So we can look at that those couple of areas and say market can push up to that level. But according to what I'm seeing, there's a lot of resistance around this area, except if markets want to, sweep us out of this trade and just go straight into some of these areas and then come down once again. But overall, the market is bearish. GBP/AUD, we took this trade yesterday. It did go to stop loss because it was a similar situation in GBP/USD. But looking at 1 hour time frame, the last entry that I would really love to take here is the one below 78.6. And if you do get a chance, we are going to, or if we do get a chance, we are going to put a sell limit here and then have a take profit below. I believe the risk reward is actually good. 1:6 is 1:6. This is actually good ratio over here. So we'll see how things go throughout the day. I'm probably gonna send a sell limit further on all groups. And another one that is interesting is actually USD CAD, which has shown a very good signs of breaking towards the downside or continuing towards the downside. I'm not too worried about this break of structure towards the top side, but I'm too worried about this one, which shows us that the market is actually in a bearish run in this particular case. And where can we look for sales? When the market retraces all the way up to 1.25837, we can have a safe stop loss just above this area, or actually above this area over here. And 1:2 ratio is not that bad. Actually, it's just over 1:2. 1:2.3. 2.3 is actually good. Cool. Euro USD is a trade that we took earlier this morning. Now, on all the trades that we took this week, GBP/USD is the one that is went into profit, and then Euro USD took us out. It was a short-term trade because we wanted to take profit down here, but we got kicked out very early. And now the sell limit orders that I sent through yesterday are the ones that are activated at the moment. There is nothing that I can do to stop the market from moving towards this topside direction. I'm not a market maker, unfortunately, but also there's nothing that I can do to force the market to come down. So the only thing is we can predict and say, hey, the market is, is expected to go towards the downside to these areas, and this is where I would like to take this trade. Unfortunately, this is the strategy. This is how my strategy is: sell high and buy low. This particular case, this is our high, and this is where our target should be. And yeah, this is where we're looking to take our profit. This is Euro USD. There is a lot of trades that we are looking at, but I am going to probably at the moment look at Euro USD. I believe that trade is going to be a good trade if we do happen to get it right. Let's look at XAUSD, which is gold. Let me go to 1 hour time frame. Okay, cool. Just give me a second. I believe I was looking at this setup yesterday and I wanted to send it, but it's, it was very late when I wanted to send it. Am I breaking that side? Okay, meaning this PC is the one that's taking me for granted. Okay, cool. I'm gonna stop the sharing and then I'm gonna come back to this. Okay, cool. XAUUSD. Obviously, on XAUUSD, this is the the setup that I've been looking at, and I'm like, the market is very bearish here. It's looking very cool towards the downside. Now, if you apply your fibs from, I don't know. I think it's a PC. The network is fine. Okay. If there's any problem, guys, please catch up with this video on YouTube. It's going to be uploaded in the next few minutes. Cool. On this particular trade here, we are looking to look for sell positions and look to target these areas actually where there is some very highlighted areas on a bigger time frame here. I believe this area is the one that we should look at in terms of selling here. So in terms of actually taking profit, what am I looking at, or what is my thinking behind this trade? Okay, let's do this. Yes. Okay, it's not very clear for me. Don't lie, it's not very clear. According to how I'm seeing the market, how the market has been lining up, the market should be going down to this area from here, and then we should expect some sales. But if there's anything, you can use a stop loss just above this area. And let me just clear all this so that you do understand what I'm trying to say. If you do take a short position here, target this low, and then your stop loss should be above. And that's a 1:3 ratio. But you can take your profit anyway, when the markets start moving consistently towards the downside. So I believe that should be a trade that I'm calling. So I'm saying sell XAUSD, which is gold, with a stop loss of 18. It's actually 1857.11 with a take profit of 1834.00. Right, there is a code. That's a trade that I'm calling. It's not really a safe trade, but I believe that it should be a better trade. Let me look at some other time frames here. 15-minute time frame. There's nothing I can do on this. I think cells are valid in this case. I think in the Euro USD, the problem was GDP, but I'm still with the short. Okay, cool, no problem. No problem. I think that's a good store, a good thought, but not really a problem. I don't usually point out to say this is a problem in the market. I usually say, okay, maybe I wasn't noticing this. It should be something that I'm noticing the next time. So that is what in most cases I'm usually looking to recorrect myself whenever I'm looking at whenever I make a mistake. Okay, cool. That is what we are looking at this afternoon on some trades. If there's any other signal, I am going to send it through on other groups. Thank you so much for coming through. My name is Nguyen Mtila, the CEO and founder of the International School of Traders. I will see you on the other side of the withdrawals. Shalom.